Alright, picking up that last video, we're continuing to talk about Spider-Verse, Spider-Zero. Miles has finished up his little team up with Spider-Man, aka May Parker, the one who's an old lady. We're basically just like, and you, Mrs. Parker, please, Miles. I just call him, let's call him May or Aunt May, if you like. Until passes by, you call it Spider-Man. And they kind of wrap it up there, and of course we see Peter of this universe starting the Carnage symbiote. And then we have more new spiders. Spider. Sea Spider, which is a pirate Spider-Man. Spider Sting. And the next issue, we basically go to the universe of Penny Parker, which is the first time we've seen her since the original Spider-Verse event. You're like, really? Yeah, really. This is only issue 3 of this book. I'm like, huh. I mean, she was introduced in the original Edge of Spider-Verse stuff, who was a quite interesting character. And whenever they had plans for the character, it's like nothing was really done with this character. It's like, oh, we have this teenage girl who pilots a spider robot, debuted Edge of Spider-Verse number 5. Because I believe it was the last time she was seen was the original Spider-Verse event. Prior to this one, yes. She was seen in the original Spider-Verse, her story, debut story. And then she appeared in the original Spider-Verse event. Oh, she did appear in Web Warriors. Yeah, she appeared in Web Warriors. Spider-Guy Den, later half of it. She played a big role. And then she was here in issues 3 and 6. And then after this thing wrapped up, she would not appear again until Spider-Boy. Yeah. I mean, I do like her character, the whole thing. She's a daughter of a previous Peter Parker. And also in this universe, we introduced basically Kraven Hunter and Mr. Sinister in this universe. Yeah, so that's kind of the story of this one. Of course, they introduced also Daredevil in this universe, who I think he last appeared in the original Edge of Spider-Verse story. Yeah, that was the last time we saw him. And here's something interesting. Did you know that Gerald Way created this version of Spider? Yes. And they also have a version of Ben Parker, who is in the story here, and this is actually his return. This version, anyways. Last time we've seen part of this issue was actually Edge of Spider-Guide number 2. And yeah, this is actually like this is the female Peter Parker. This is Penny Parker's uncle. One thing I kind of wished of Penny Parker, I kind of wish Marvel would give her a miniseries. I kind of wish they would, because she's a fascinating character. And yet, this is the first thing big she's done since her debut appearance. And apparently, this Penny Parker apparently in this universe is an acquaintance of Mr. Sinister, except he's not called Mr. Sinister, he's just called Nathan, or in the regular universe, Nathaniel X6. This was the only appearance of the guy, and created the Weapon 6 book, in which it's just an amalgamation of Sinister 6 and. So then we debut Web Slinger. Yes, reveal the real name of the Western Spider-Man. And also the name of his horse, Widow. And they also fight basically a Western version of Scorpion, where he's a strong man with a scorpion tattoo on his belly. And there's a guy named Ben O'Hara, which I would be surprised if he's related to. Now, this issue here was not written by. This is by Taron Gillen. Was the only issue not written by either Jed MacKay or. Yeah, right, it's Jed MacKay. So, after this whole thing. Oh, by the way, when Miles first sees Kraven, he's like, "Oh, Kraven the Hunter, dope!" Because he knows who Kraven the Hunter is. I don't think you were found before. Oh yeah, the Air Spider's son Spider, who did get a story in one of the Edge of Spider-Verse stuff, and was a key player in End of Spider-Verse. Garden Spider, White Widow, and the whole thing. This one is basically Miles ended up in the Western universe, which is really cool. Do I think this guy should get a miniseries? I wouldn't be surprised to give him one. I think Penny Parker probably needs one. Yes. And the whole issue is him working together this little mission. And then we see more spiders. We have Ren. And the description is, a Canadian live in Japan. Ren has a special ability to manipulate emotions, born to desire her control of sadness. I wanted to create a character to help those emotionally, those difficult positions, and also use emotions to satisfy anger and emotions. Interesting. There's also Spinner. Hollow, which of course there is a kind of version of the main universe. And then the whole next issue is all about Spider-Man Noir. And this is a prologue to a miniseries, another miniseries for him. Yes. Of course, also, Miles basically regrets basically what happened with his death. Prior to this issue, he last appeared. This is where he would be alive. He actually died in the opening of Spider-Guy Den. And here he is back, and we introduced to Madame Swarm, which is basically a female version of Swarm from 616, who's a woman. And she's a Nazi, just like the other one is. Yeah. I like the fact that we used this character. Of course, yes, this was basically just. Yeah, and this will lead to a miniseries, second volume for Spider-Man Noir, which, of course, basically is all about Twilight and Babylon. That's the story of this one. And this is not done by the creators. I actually tried to get this one signed by the guys who actually created them. But the guy refused to sign it because he had nothing to do with this one. Yeah. And in case you're curious, though, it was that miniseries after this most recent thing he's involved with. No, he did take part in Edge. He did have a story. He did appear in Edge of Spider-Verse, Volume 2, Number 1. I don't think he had a story in this one. No, I don't think he did. I think he was just a guest star. Oh, so he actually is part of the story here. Yeah, he has story in that one. Then part of the end of Spider-Verse. Then he's recently part of the Spider-Boy. And then he kind of joined the Spider. He was part of the Spider Society book for the opening issue. I haven't covered that yet, but I've covered a lot of their stuff for him. So, now, do I think that, like, of all the Ultimate Spider-Man, do I think Spider-Man Noir should get more books? Aside from the last miniseries he had. Oh, heck yes. Most definitely. Because he has so much potential for ongoing series. So many stories. And the final issue is basically Miles reading everybody else to deal with the main villain of the miniseries, is machine-born monsters. So basically, in the final issue, it's just Miles team up with the Spinster, which this is a preview. And of course, 6 is like, it's like all these new characters that debut here, and she, of course, well, this will be her sole appearance. Spider Gang. It's like everything is leading to this one villain issue. We have Sea Spider, which this character would definitely reappear after this in issue Spider-Man. Of course, the Spider-Man, this actually would be after his miniseries. Garden Spider, this would be her debut, and she would also return in Spider-Man. Yep. We debut the character Spider Sting, Faye, Web Singer, Spider Horse, Sun Spider is actually would be a character who actually got his own, like, this woman here, who her real name is Charlotte Webb. Yeah, she's a good version of character. Yeah, she made first appearance in this issue here, and then she get her own story over in Edge of Spider-Verse. Yep, she got her own story in issue 4, which I think they added her as a lesbian in the book. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically the monsters from the Japanese Spider-Man show. First appearance of White Widow. Would she do anything after this story? Like, did she appear? Like, after this, she returned in Spider-Man number 7. And this, of course, Dan Slide's story. And that'll be it for her. You could say this book was kind of a lead-in into that particular miniseries. Kind of. Ish. But basically, the biggest aftermath of the story is that Spider-Man, a.k.a. Anna Parker, from the Reading Your Vows book, she becomes the pattern maker. Yes, the pattern maker. And she starts spinning a new web of destiny. Yes, she is tasked with this until the events of the end of Spider-Verse. Though after this, she will return in our book, actually. Yeah, so after this event, this miniseries wrapped up, she would later appear in issue of Carnage, and then Edge of Spider-Verse, and then she appeared in the Spider-Man book, and then her most recent appearance was in Spider-Boy. And the whole thing with, well, in the case of Japanese Spider-Man, this, I think, would be one of his more recent appearances. I think he made an appearance in one of the air books. Yeah, I think it was really cool the fact that he actually faced monsters in his book from his show, which that was really cool. But he himself will return in issue 7 of Dan Slott's Spider-Man, and then would make an appearance in Spider-Boy number 9 as part of the Spider Society stuff. And that's been it for the character. A lot of characters basically made an appearance in Spider-Boy recently. So, this particular miniseries is fantastic. I mean, it's a fun You could say this is kind of like Edge of Spider-Verse because of having spotlight stories, various characters from Spider-Verse. Yes, but there's an interconnected thread throughout all of these 6 issues. Excuse me. The only good about this is that Spider-Man New War got another miniseries out of this. I kind of wish Penny Parker would get a book for her, aside from having like a team-up story in this book and appearing in her own debut story, because this is a character who's been like in the background since their debut appearance, and the story that they had in this book was the first big story she's had since her debut appearance. Yes. She's definitely Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Punk, he had a miniseries. Yes, he did. Hobby had a miniseries. It was awesome he had a miniseries. Because he's that cool of a character. Oh, and Spider Zero was actually the girl who debuted in the first issue. Yep. So after this miniseries wrapped up, well, he did get a miniseries out of this. Yeah, basically the issue of Spider-Verse, issue 1, that led to his own miniseries. And then led to his appearance in Spider-Man. Then had another miniseries, Arms Race, then appeared in Spider-Boy, Spider Society, and a brand new one-shot, first issue, Web of Spider-Verse New Blood. Yeah, a brand new miniseries. Which I think is supposed to be a replacement for Edge of Spider-Verse because they've done so much stuff with this. They've done so much with this particular thing. But what are you going to give this book? I give it a 10 out of 10. The book was so fun. Yep. Now, out of all the characters, do I think Western Spider-Man should get his own miniseries? Yes. Definitely, because he's that cool of a character. It's a Western character. So what do you expect with him? Spider-Rex, he doesn't appear in the book, but do I think Spider-Man should get a miniseries? No. Not in the slightest. Because I think her appearance was fine. Yeah, she's probably like the one character in this miniseries who I do not think that she should get her own miniseries. No. Nothing against May Parker. Nothing against her. It's just that I don't think people would be interested in that. Spider-Man Noir, yes, keep doing more miniseries for him. Or, better yet, do an ongoing, because he's that cool of a character. But if you're going to do an ongoing game for him, bring back his creators. Because basically, I'm sure there's probably a lot more they can do with the character. Yes. But, not much to say about his books. Okay, so that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. So, next up, basically, is going to be 100 Girlfriends. But first, read some comics and do that, okay? Thanks, you. Bye.